Hashtag Fix the Country convener Oliver Barker-Vormawor has been granted bail. We'll go to the Tema High Court now for updates. So Samuel Kojo Brace joins me via phone. Samuel, what can we report from the Tema High Court? Hi, Kojo Brace. Okay, so Kojo Brace is at the Tema High Court. We understand that Barker-Vormawor has been granted bail after 33 days in detention. And let's hear what our correspondent has to say and give us updates.
Are they on still? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Kojo, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you now.
All right, so please tell us what's happening at the Tema High Court.
What's happening now is that
the Tema High Court has granted Oliver Barker-Vormawor the bail that his lawyers were asking for. Now, the judge said that after listening to all the arguments by counsels for both parties, he has come to the conclusion that it is.
He cited several sources, like the case involving the Supreme Court judgment that made all cases bailable.
Is bailable in Ghana. He said that the argument of Barker-Vormawor being flight risk cannot be upheld because his difficult for that Oliver is a flight risk and therefore should be denied bail. He also said that the argument by the state that they cannot find landed properties belonging to him is something that he cannot continue to hold on to because the lawyers of Oliver Barker-Vormawor have been able to prove that he has an accommodation in Ghana where he can be looked at. And
that will make it difficult for anyone to argue that he will not avail himself even if he should stand trial. Now, the judge said that for someone to be denied bail, it should be that he is someone that would not be standing trial. But since it's been proved that Oliver Barker-Vormawor would avail himself if he is caught to stand trial, then of course his bail should be granted. So he was granted a bail of 2 million cedis for two sureties, one of whom should provide document to his landed property within the jurisdiction of the court. I mean, the premises of the court was calm in the morning when we arrived. I saw Oliver Barker-Vormawor in high spirits. I didn't see him worried. And after court too, I wasn't being granted bail. It was okay. But we had a lot of people being present in court. A majority members of his Take the Country movement were in court this morning to solidarize with Oliver. I have one here with me to speak to gentlemen. Good morning and thanks for joining us on JoyNews. What's your name? Welcome.
What's your name? Welcome. I'm Raphael Afro-Williams, but then popularly recognized fellow Ghanaians.
Great. What do you make of what has happened in court this morning?
We thank the court and the people of Ghana for them standing up, supporting Oliver Barker behind and even, in the court. Today we have seen the rule of law has really prevailed. Oliver Barker is a Ghanaian. We had, the court saying he doesn't have a permanent residence.
It's not the court, it is the state.
The state. The court is representing the state.
No. The state has a lawyer that is arguing on its behalf, and the court is only listening to arguments to them.
The state, right? But Oliver Barker, from the allegations leveled against him by Abronye DC, he was working for the former government, right? The previous government. So that means Oliver Barker-Vormawor. Vormawor, the origination of the name comes from the voter. He is a Ghanaian. He has been a Ghanaian. Okay, so when people try to say, oh, he's not a Ghanaian, he doesn't have a permanent resident and a whole lot, it was just a foul place to make sure that.
Well, but if you are speaking to what happened in court, I'm not sure you heard anything like he's not a Ghanaian. The contention here was that he doesn't have a place of abode for himself that you can direct someone to, that this is the house of Oliver Barker-Vormawor.
So when they wanted to go and conduct a check, where did they go?
But that is why the court says, after listening to all of that, I think that I'm convinced that he has a place here.
Exactly. That is why I'm saying that we thank the court for making sure that they do due diligence and have vindicated finally that he is a citizen of this country, and he also deserves the right of protection by the Constitution.
You heard the judge pronounce in courtroom that he feels he has to make this pronouncement that no matter what the issue is, coup is not the option, and that we've been charged to protect the Constitution of this country, and therefore he would, and all of us, to slow down on pronouncement on coup, because no matter what it is, coup is not an option. What do you say to that?
Exactly, that's what it is, because whatever that is going on in Ukraine and Russia right now, okay, we even sitting back, we are not happy about it. Nobody waits for violence. Nobody, no citizen, apart from everything, you can see the peace reigning here. Okay, so nobody wished for coup in this country. Oliver never wished for coup, and he has never wished for coup, and he's never going to wish for coup. Okay, what we are saying is that is being protected. We have to make sure that people need to be protected. Only coup.
Country that we have been denied of will be given to us basically because even Akufo-Addo himself once said, okay, he made emphasis in 2016 with regards to Arab Spring, isn't it? Okay, what was Arab Spring about? Arab Spring was about a youth who was frustrated, set himself ablaze, he burned himself to death, which sparked the people of his country, the youth of his country, to rise up and fight, isn't it? Was it an incitement or not? That the youth of this country should rise up, or else Arab Spring can happen in this country. Akufo-Addo once said, "All die be die." Was it an incitement or not? No, don't try to stop me. Don't try to stop me. These are all comments made by people who don't deserve to be making such comments. Yes, they made them and they were freed. Okay, nothing. That is not to say. No, when they call the police, what have we done?
Okay, so we are still here at the premises of the Tema High Court.
The Tema High Court.
Movement has been granted bail by the Tema High Court this morning. The presiding judge, His Lordship Daniel Mensah, said that all the argument that he's listened to, it doesn't
now the police are even trying to intimidate. They've done a very good job by making sure that they protect us, but now what they are doing is getting too much. It is getting too much.
And that's why he granted the bail. A lot of things are happening, but I should say that generally the environment.
That's my colleague Kojo Brace, and he's at the Tema High Court, where convener for the Fix the Country movement, Barker-Vormawor, has been granted bail by the Tema High Court. Now, the bail granted by Justice Daniel Mensah was to the tune of 2 million Ghana cedis, and he's to provide 2 sureties, one of whom should deposit documents to his landed property in execution of the bail. The activist is facing treason felony charges after a social media post threatening a coup. You're still watching JoyNews Desk. Up next is business.